Let's talk a little bit about what happened this past weekend. We're talking about TripleMania, of course. We've been spending a little bit of time so far talking about New Japan and their opportunity to work with AEW. We know that's coming up this weekend with Forbidden Door. But as we take a look on the other channel in WWE, well, they just worked with a Lucha Libre promotion in Mexico this past weekend. And of course, we know they're part owners now with AAA. But what a Triple Mania it was, Jeff. This is the biggest attendance for a Triple Mania, 19,691. This is the biggest gate for a Triple Mania. And they even put a press release out bragging that this had over 200 million impressions across all the different social media platforms. A big part of that, of course, is celebrating celebrities like Conan going into the Hall of Fame, but the unbelievable visuals of Omos and Microman. I mean, what a fun show this was. Triple Mania. I don't know what you had a chance to see or didn't see. What's your reaction to the big show this weekend, Jeff?
Well, I saw about the numbers, and that is, in a lot of ways, I felt like Worlds Collide was, well, to me, it's exactly kind of what I guess I should say, coming no surprise, because it literally was their first effort and kind of a transition, and it was a part of what was that Money in the Bank weekend, and so it was kind of that transition. I believe Saturday night you saw this is the new AAA. This is the WWE version of AAA, and I think there is more to come of this. When you look at the staggering numbers, and I don't know if you have I know you said impressions, but I think it's over 2 million on YouTube, WWE YouTube, and then the AAA YouTube, and then WWE Espanol. And so it's definitely the most viewed. And so I got to see bits and pieces. Like I said, I was traveling, and then I traveled home yesterday. And so anyway, I got to get caught up on it because I knew you'd be drilling me with questions. But no, hats off, congratulations. And I'll say this, because every time I kind of saw a news blurb and a buddy of mine text me, it's like, hey, what are your thoughts? And I was driving, so I had to give him a voice text. And I said, it's bigger, it's more numbers, it's more revenue. It's exactly what TKO wants. And then the next thought I had was, man, oh man, Conrad, what an opportunity there is in the country of Mexico, because has Mexican wrestling, and I know there's up there, back in 54 and 72, and then literally when Triple Mania started, there was 48,000 paid, I believe. But anyway, as far as the wrestling industry, Lucha Libre, as we know, it's never been, Arena Mexico is working on, 6-8 consecutive sellouts. CMLL in Guadalajara, 6, 7, 8 sellouts. I think Puebla's rocketing. Anyway, wrestling as a whole across the country, there's going to be a new promotion pop up, because you want to service that market. And so the awareness is through the roof. And, the new version, maybe not as much grit, certainly not as much violence, but the Omos Micro Man high spot, if you will, with Otis, I think there's so much more of that to come. You could tell they're debuting new stars, kind of the narrative that I was reading. And anyway, so I mean, the numbers speak for itself. So hats off to all of them. And God almighty, the wrestling business just gets healthier and healthier and healthier. And I know we've been saying that for a bit, Connie, but those numbers are, Jesus, they're impressive.
Do you follow Lucha Blog over on Twitter?
Mm-hmm. I have for a long time, I think.
Lucha Blog tweeted out this morning after that press release came out from WWE.
Okay.
And they said, peaking at a concurrent audience of 614,000, which is what they did this past weekend, is less than averaging 1.6 million in 2019. And quote unquote, reaching 4.1 million is less than the 8.2 million they claimed in 2019. Of course, we're talking about what AAA has claimed in the past versus what this new WWE thing is. And I appreciate that he is dedicated to holding people accountable for what's said and what has been said and all that. But on some level, I think you and I both agree, releasing a press release, it's illusionary marketing, right?
But I mean, without it's a part of the DNA. Of course it is. Conrad, are you throwing me a softball and want me to swing and miss on it? Or no, I'm kidding. It is now in the DNA of, I shouldn't just say professional wrestling, because other forms of entertainment. I mean, there can be movies out of Hollywood that flat out bomb, and they're going to find a shred of a shred of a shred of good news, and they hyper focus on that. Look, the building was full. The views were great. But anyway, it's their asset now. I saw another image that Nick Khan and Triple H and Maricela and Dorian, and then I think his name's Alberto. Anyway, the gentleman from Philippe. Those guys are the ones that orchestrated the deal. They're betting on it. And so, it's pre-marketing and it's post-marketing. This is post-marketing, and hats off to them.
No doubt. I, for one, am excited to see, what this future looks like. I have to admit, I'm curious to get your take on the Del Rio thing, but I know you were going with a thought there.
Just what was, and I don't know if you're going there with it, but CMLL on Friday night, AAA on Saturday night, and I think there was another CMLL, all in the same city. And Saturday night in Jefferson, Georgia, a young guy, we literally chatted 3 minutes or something like that, but he was asking about it and all that. And I said, do you know how big Mexico City is?
No, nobody here has any frame of reference. That it's huge.
It's bigger than New York City. It's the most populated city in I think Rio is the only, is it bigger than Rio? But anyway, it's massive, and it reaches, like, when you fly in there and you get in the car and you can drive legit at least an hour. Oh no, you're still in Mexico City. I mean, folks, to put it, you just can't really wrap your head around how big Mexico City is. But that to me, when you had, almost 20 for AAA, almost, I don't know what, 16, 17, 18, whatever, Arena Mexico. There's just lots of wrestling tickets were sold this weekend, and I'm here for it.
The population of Mexico City in 2025 is over 22 million people.
Wow. I mean, that's just crazy. Good Lord.
Especially when you consider New York City is 8.4. So you're talking about, you could almost fit 3 New York cities inside Mexico City. And
I just wonder if, what the population would be. Just, I'll call it the suburbs. It's just massive. It is. Yeah. I didn't realize.
If you put New York and LA together and you multiplied it times 3, that's the size of Mexico City.
I love Conrad's analogies. Boy, oh boy. Yeah. It's something.
It's multiple. It's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah. SaveWithConrad.com.
My name is Rajiv. I'm in Sacramento, California. I came to Save with Conrad because I've heard Conrad talk about how he helps people all the time save money and the best route to go for getting some mortgages and finances done. And having heard so many different testimonials in the past, it made the most sense to go this route. We were in the market for a new house and we wanted to know what we could afford. So we spoke with Steve and then Diane to get through the pre-approval process to see what we could afford. And then once we were able to understand that aspect of it, that was when we were able to shop around for a house to get a mortgage through Save with Conrad. Everybody on the team was great. Everybody really explained everything fully to where it was more in like layman's terms to where I could understand it as someone not in the business or having shopped around for houses too many times. So being able to understand every step of the process and talking with everyone on the team about that was really, really helpful. And it made me feel really confident that I was going the right route. I would definitely recommend Save with Conrad to others. I know that sometimes people look at it and they go, oh, they're based in Alabama. What could they help me with? But I'm out here in California, and they were able to square everything away and get things done really quickly, as opposed to sometimes even people out here don't move as quickly as the Save with Conrad, it seems. So everything was really well done, really efficient, and I would definitely recommend Save with Conrad to others. My name is Rajiv. I'm in Sacramento, California, and I was able to get into my dream home with SaveWithConrad.com.
That's number 2129, Equal Housing Lender. SaveWithConrad.com.